Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. As you probably have already realized, this is not a usual video. This is a bit unusual. I haven't done this before. Well, I have done this a lot of times before, but never on camera and never on YouTube. So this will be the first time. That meaning out camping. But I'm not just out camping. I'm here for a specific reason. And that's because, well, let's take it from the beginning. I watch YouTube videos just like you are, and I scatter around on the YouTube for different kind of content, and sometimes I find something interesting and other times not. But one thing I have discovered is that there are a lot of camping videos, different kind of camping videos. There are camping videos with stealth campers, there are videos with ordinary campers, glampers and everything. And sometimes these campers, like you have stealth campers like of course Steve Wallace, everybody knows of him, and you have Random Adventures 2.0, he does his hammock camps, and you have Camping with Champion and so on. There are a lot of those. And then you have these ordinary campers like Kent Survival. He's one of them. He does a little bit more usual camps, you could say, not stealth camps, and so on. There are a lot of them. I don't want to rabble everybody up, and that's not the point. The point is that these YouTubers that do this sometimes do camping videos that they call some retailer name camps, and there are different kinds of those. And what they usually do, they get sponsored by the retailers, and then they choose things they want to have on their camp, and then they use them, and then they price them. They are the best, also, almost. And then you have those who buy their own stuff with their own money, not their own stuff. They buy the things from the retailer, but they buy them with their own money. They are not sponsored by the retailer. Then they buy usually some crappy, let's call it shit. And then they do the camp, and then they rate it as unusable. And then they compare it to their own stuff that they have probably got sponsored from some big outdoor chain or something like that. And then they say, this is the things you should have, and that's just crap. Don't buy that shit. So I thought like this. I'm gonna go on this trend, but I'm not gonna do it the way it's usually done. Instead, I'm gonna break the rules and turn everything around. So what I'm intending to do here, or I have already done the most of it, is to choose one retailer and set a budget. And I'm lucky in this case because, let's call it sponsored or something. I got a donation. I got a donation from one of the watchers. No, actually two of the watchers. That's a couple. Of $100 to do something. To do some funny or something on video. They wanted me to have a budget for something. They didn't specifically know what it was going to. I didn't either at that point, but I chose this. So that's why the budget is set at $100 maximum. And the rules for this game is that, as you already understand, I'm gonna camp. And I'm gonna do it for under $100. And I'm gonna buy things from one of these retailers I have chosen. I will soon come to that. And the rules are that I have to buy myself a system that will keep me warm and dry and out of the weather. That's principally what the rules are going out on. It needs to keep me warm. I need to have somewhere to sleep, of course, and it needs to keep me dry. That's it. And I need to be under $100. And that's a pretty easy task if you go for non-camping thing. You can buy a tarp from anywhere. You can buy something to lie on from everywhere. But that's not the goal here. The goal is that I wanna do a honest and serious camp with camping gear that's meant for camping, not that I invent myself. I buy something that's intended for something else and remake it to something else. No, this is gonna be camping gear, and it's gonna be as good as it gets for an under $100, but it still needs to be good. And my own rule is that this gear I buy needs to be so good that I actually would take it out on a serious camp when I'm out hunting or kayaking or anything. And I will also do that. I'm not just saying that. I actually bought this so I would have an extra set when I have somebody with me that don't have the correct gear. I can loan this out and use my old gear and loan this out to whoever follows me. And it needs to be good, and it needs to be correct. So let's start the tour. Well, one more thing before we start. Of course, I need to name the retailer. And the retailer I've chosen for the first one of these, I hope that I can do more of these, but this is the first one, at least. Might be the last, depending on you. That retailer is TEMU. I chose TEMU because I think it's one of the bigger ones, and it's also one that everybody knows about. Almost everybody knows about, and many of you have probably also shopped from them. So you probably know how it works and how they are, and you probably have some experience of them. So that's why I chose TEMU for this first and perhaps last one. And we will see if they can live up to my expectations. So let's start. Well, what have I chosen then? Well, I have, for today's camp, I thought like this. There are different kinds of camp you can do. Of course, you can get a really good camp if you buy one of those inflatable tents, double insulated. But firstly, they are probably more expensive, and $100 won't cut it, I think. And they are also very heavy. And that's also one rule with this, that it must be mobile. You have to be able to carry this video and also have the additional gear with you. You saw all the gear I had, and that's still not much, but it still is one backpack, one side bag, and a cooler. So that's still mobile, but that's on the limit. If I had like a 40-kilo tent, that would immobilize me totally. I wouldn't be able to go more than 500 meters out in the bush, then I would be done. So with that said, it needs to be mobile. So what I chose for this camp specific was a hammock setup. So let's start. Firstly, I bought this. This is a brand named product, and it's a tarp. It's a camping tarp from Free Soldier. It's also stated here, Free Soldier, and these are available in many camping stores, but of course they are much pricier than this one. I gave about I will put it up on the screen, the price for this. I don't remember the prices, and I don't have any notes for that with me, so I will put everything up on the screen. So the price for this was like you see, and that's probably at least 2 times cheaper than out in the retail store. And how I know that is because I have the exact same tarp, but I bought it out in a sporting goods shop, and it was very expensive. And they did all the promotions on it and told me that it's how good it is and stuff like that. And I can tell you, it really lives up to it. It's a really good tarp. That's when I found this on the TEMU website. I decided that this one is definitely the one I'm gonna have, because I already have experience of this one. And yes, you will see everything put together or set up. I will do that a little bit later, but first we will just talk about what I got. So that's the first thing. Then of course we need a hammock. I just need to find it. It's down here somewhere. It's in the bottom, of course. Here. I bought a hammock. It's in this bag here. It's not much to say about it. It's a double wide. It's a 140 centimeter wide hammock. It's I believe about 3 meters or something like that long, and it's reinforced for extra weight, and that's good because I'm not the smallest guy. So and it came with straps and everything. And I also have to say that I took my time when I looked for these things, because as I said, it all needed to be good. So I spent at least 3 days scattering through the TEMU website for different kind of setups and different type of products, and I compared them back and forth, and I read the descriptions many times not to miss anything and to see that it's really up to standard. So this should be up to standard. I have already checked everything through, so it's complete and it's as expected. So this is the hammock, and to that hammock I bought one more brand thing, and it was this. And this is an underquilt for the hammock, and it's a Geertop brand, and this is also a very good product. I can already say that, because this is the exact model and make I have to my hammock setup that I have for a couple of years now, and it's really good. It really works. It does what it needs to do. So I have been super happy with this one, and not this one but the one I have, and I hope this will do the exact same thing. So you will see it when I set it up. And then I bought one additional thing for the hammock setup, and that's a Bugnet. It's always good to have a Bugnet, because there is nothing more annoying than waking up in the middle of the night being swarmed by mosquitoes or flies or something like that. So a Bugnet is always good when you're doing summer, autumn camps. Like now I can't see any mosquitoes here, but I'm pretty much certain that they are here, so they will come. I'm pretty sure of that. So this is a very good thing to have with you. And again, the price is up here. And then I bought something that I usually don't buy, but it was this one. I have already tested it. You can test it again. It's a gigantic lighter, you could call it. This flask wasn't with it. I only bought this part. This flask is bought in an ordinary store. And of course we also got some rope. This is ordinary Paracord 4mm. It's 30 meter of it. It's always good to have extra Paracord, especially when you set up a new system. You don't know if you need a little bit extra. And I also throw in an old bag of, this is also Paracord 4mm, but it's orange, just if it wasn't enough with the green. I have a little bit extra, so this was not included in the purchase. This was something I already had lying. And I just have to remember where I put it. I bought one more thing, and that was this. And this I didn't buy because I needed it. I already had sauce, but I thought that the budget wasn't reached in any way, so I could buy something more. And then I found this, and this is Airaj. It's a make thing, and it's supposed to be good. So I thought, let's try that, because I have seen these Airaj out in sporting goods shops, and they are very expensive. Not very expensive, but they are at least $50–60. And this one, if I don't remember wrong, was somewhere around, no, I won't say, we put it here. So anyway, it was very cheap, and I'm interested in knowing if it's lives up to what it should be. It feels okay, it's sturdy and everything like that, but there are some things that makes me believe that this is not really the genuine product. It states Airaj here on the blade, and it's but this is laser printed so that you can print easily on any blade. But on the handle there is no sign that says Airaj anywhere. There is something, there's a leaf in the handle here, and I guess there shouldn't be a leaf. There should be some kind of marking that says Airaj or something, or at least it should say Airaj somewhere on the handle, but it doesn't. So that makes me believe, but it looks exactly like the original part. So it could be, I'm not sure, because I don't have any one of these Airajs since before. I have other makes, but not Airaj. So it can be genuine, but still it came in a plastic bag, not in a box. That makes me think that it's actually a counterfeit, at least. And as I said, there is no marking on the handle anywhere, and the only marking is on the blade, and blades are very easy to mark with laser printing. So it can be a counterfeit, but we will find out if it's any good. So that was the things that I bought, and not all the things, but the things I bought for the camp itself. And we are still pretty good on the budget, because these things were not especially expensive. I think the most expensive part of it all was actually either the underquilt or the tarp. I don't remember which one of these was the most expensive one of them, but one of these were a little bit more expensive than the other things. So I will start setting this up, because it's gonna be pretty dark soon. So for filming purposes, I need to do this before I do anything else. I will do some food and things like that, but I need to get this up so you can see what I'm doing. Let's do it. Lakefront here, and this is gonna be my hammock setup place. So I will start with putting up the straps on 2 trees here. It's now set at its lowest, and I will actually move it up one step. And you can adjust this whenever you want. Up these, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps on each side. I think that's a good height, like that. And the next part would be the underquilt. It has these compression straps that needs to be released, so you can actually access the area where the quilt is, like so. Then we can take it out of here carefully like that. Then we start. In the right height. And I think so. Yep. That's it. This side is a bit twisted, so I will move this one over to this side like that. So now it's in there. Let's see if this also is. No, that one is better. And then we have the Bugnet. So this is the Bugnet, and it come with its own ridge line somewhere. If I can find that end, let's put it inside of the like that. Here we have one side. And it's on. And here is the zipper. And open it up like that. And then we have access to the hammock. And when we are in, we just close it like that. And the good thing with having this kind of Bugnet is that it's on the outside of your hammock. And when you lie in it, you spread it out and it's hanging high. So it doesn't bother you and doesn't touch you, and no bugs can land on it and reach you either, because you are down in the hammock, and they won't get through the underquilt. Underquilt is too thick for them to actually get to you. So then we have the last thing, and it's the tarp. We need to have a tarp, especially today. The rain is coming from time to time. And the first thing to set up, it's again a new ridge line, and this ridge line will be a bit higher than the ridge line for the what's it called, Bugnet, just because we don't want the tarp to touch it. So again, first thing to do, untangle some paracord. That obviously wants to be tangled, so let's see if we can untangle it. Now it's up. It's very dark, so I hope you can see anything here. But the tarp is sitting there. I have it attached to a tree over here and going to there, and then it's sitting down to the ground over there. So it's building me this roof, and I'm just having it up like this now when I'm doing things underneath here. At night I will put this part down to the ground here, stake it down here somewhere, so it gets more like on that side, giving me more protection against any wind and water coming in from the side. So this is just temporary, so I easily can move underneath here from side to side. And here is the water, and here you can see the other side of it staked down to the ground right there. So that's it for camp building. Now it's time to get something in my stomach.
The sun is high, the sky's a dome. I lace my boots, I leave my home. The trees they wave, they whisper low. Come find your peace where wild things grow. Oh wilderness, oh wilderness, your song it holds my heart in rest. Oh wilderness, you love my soul, you are the best. A stream it laughs, a bird takes flight. The mossy ground feels soft and right. I hang my hammock, sway and dream. The forest hums a timeless theme. Oh wilderness, your song it holds my heart in rest. Oh wilderness, you love my soul, you are the best. The branches bend, they hold me near. The wild has ears, it knows no fear. I close my eyes, the world's a tune, a lullaby of sun and moon. Oh wilderness, your song it holds my heart in rest. Oh wilderness, you love my soul, you are the best.
Well, good morning folks. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and I just woke up. It's still very dark outside. It's been raining all night and the tarp has performed perfectly. I'm perfectly dry under here. And yeah, I'm super happy with that. It would be really miserable to wake up wet, but I'm still completely dry and I have been warm all night, and yeah, I feel pretty great. The Bugnet did what it should do, and the hammock worked perfectly, and the underquilt kept me really warm on the underside. And you might wonder what I used to keep warm on the upper side. I used one of these, this is a fleece quilt, very thin one, but it was more than enough to keep me warm all night, so that worked perfectly. This was not bought through TEMU, this was something I had since before, but I believe it was down to somewhere between 13 and 14 degrees Celsius. And yeah, the quilt worked perfectly, so I'm still warm. And yeah, everything has worked great so far. I'm not really gonna start the day yet. I'm gonna go back in the hammock and try to get a couple of hours more sleep, and then I will start filming when I have some natural light around. So see you in a couple of hours. Okay, my friends, the night is done. I have woken up, and my hammock from TEMU with a Bugnet and a tarp and the quilt has worked perfectly. It kept me dry, and it kept me warm, and kept me out of the wind all night. And I'm feeling great. I had a good night's sleep. The night was somewhere, I think I said it before, around 13 degrees Celsius. So it wasn't super cold, but it was a little cold. But this setup made it really nice and warm. And with my quilt that I could put over myself, it made it perfect. Yesterday I forgot to tell you something, that this, what should we call it, storage thing, I also bought on TEMU. It has 6 pockets, 3 on that side, 3 on this side, and then it has one big pocket inside of itself in the middle to enter from here. You can put a water bottle or something in it, and it hangs on any line of 4mm Paracord. The setup worked, as I said, perfectly. I had no problems with anything, and I'm super happy with the Bugnet. It kept the bugs away all night. I heard them fly around. I saw them in the morning sitting on the net, but there wasn't one bug inside, not one. So it worked 100%, and I'm super happy with that. And the straps did what they should. They worked perfectly, they held up. So this was a success, and this was my view when I woke up this morning. It wasn't so bad, I would say. You can live with that. So it's time to take everything down. But before we do that, I will actually show you one more thing. And it's with the tarp. This tarp has a special feature. You can use it, as I have done now, in a diamond formation, and that works perfect for a hammock. You can also use these, and then you put your ridge line through these, and they go all the way over to the other side. And you can make a lean roof, not a lean roof, you can make a A-frame roof with it over either a hammock or directly on the ground. And the good thing with that is that you have your ridge line on the outside of it, and it doesn't touch the fabric. So it's mainly made for that, because that will spare the fabric. This is really nice also, as I have done here, taking a ridge line and just putting it over and keeping it in the diamond formation. But the bad thing with it is that the lines are actually touching the fabric here, and if you use this too often like this, and it's windy out and it moves the tarps back and forth like that, it will finally wear the fabric out and destroy the tarp. So that's the bad thing with having them sitting directly under the tarp. That's why you should actually use these loops and have the ridge line going through them, holding the tarp up and never touching the tarp. And as you can see, there are many more loops sitting all around the tarp, because you can use it for even more things. You can do different kind of setups with it, because you have many alternatives. You have the loops, as I said, they go straight over it, and then you have these loops sitting all the way around, evenly spaced everywhere. So this can be used however you want. So with that said, it's time to take it down. I believe the tarp is dry enough to come down. So my good friends, I'm back at the bench where it all started yesterday, and I want to do a summary of this camp and the results. So if we're gonna look at rule number 1, did it keep me dry? The answer is absolutely yes. I'm totally dry. Rule number 2, did it keep me warm? Absolutely yes. I'm so warm. I'm still am. And did it keep me generally out of the weather and the wind? Yes, it did that too. And did I keep my budget under $100? Yes, I did. That included the food. I bought all the things I needed, and I also bought the food, and I'm still just under $100. And rule number 4, is it mobile? Yes, absolutely. It all packs down in a backpack, and it doesn't weigh so much, so you can easily move long distances and still set it up. Am I completely happy with the setup? Yes and no. There are two things that can be better. The Noname Hammock, it's a bit short for me. I'm 180 centimeters long, and it's a little bit cramped in the foot end and the head end because it's a little bit too short. My other hammock is probably about a half of a meter longer. That's, as I said, that's not a problem or fault. That's more how I want to have it and how I'm used to having it. The other thing I would change from this setup that I have right now is that I will buy myself one more pair of snakeskins, just as I have on my other hammock, because then you can set everything up as you want it, adjust everything exactly as you want it, and then when you pack it down, you just pull the snakeskins over and fold it up, and then you're ready to put it down in your bag and go. If you have snakeskins, it takes like 30 seconds to 1 minute max to set it up. You hook it around one tree, you hook it around the other tree, and then you pull your snakeskins away and everything is set up, except for the tarp. The tarp always comes extra. That doesn't fit in the snakeskins. So you have to set that anyway. Even if you have snakeskins, you still need to set your tarp. It doesn't matter. Yesterday it was the first time I set everything up, so there was some adjustment and things like that, so it took about 10 minutes. But when you have everything set up like I have now, it takes about 5 minutes to set it up, and it takes about 5 minutes to take it down. It's not a long time, but it's still a little bit of work to do that every time. So instead of 5 minutes, you can do it like in 1 minute. And if you're setting a tarp, it takes like 2 minutes. So it's 2 minutes up, 2 minutes up, 2 minutes down, instead of 5 minutes up and 5 minutes down. If you're out on a hike and you're gonna do this for 6 days, 7 days, whatever, 10 days, it's a lot of setting up and taking down, setting up and taking down if you're doing that. So the faster you can do it and the easier you can do it, the better it is. And I have had my snakeskins on my other hammock since I bought it. I only used it, I think, once or twice before I got my snakeskins. I didn't know about snakeskins when I bought my other hammock. I wanted to try them, and because everybody that talked about them said, oh, they are so good, it goes so fast and blah blah blah. So I was a little bit skeptical, but so I bought them and I started to use them, and I never took them off. They have been on my hammock since I bought them, and they are still on, and I use them every time I use the hammock. I use them. So that's the thing I will buy also, but that you can't buy on TEMU. So that will probably go over budget, and that will also be from another place. So that's an extra thing. It's not in this, call it challenge. So that will be bought. I also will think about eventually changing out this hammock for a little bit longer one. I will search around to see if I can actually find something that's longer. So that's the two things I can say about the hammock setup and the hammock that's not positive. Otherwise, everything has worked perfectly, and I have checked everything through now thoroughly, and I must say that the quality is just perfect. The seams are double and in some cases triple stitched, and they are taped, and the tarp worked perfectly. Not a single drop of water went through the tarp, even if it rained heavily all night. It kept me dry, it kept the equipment dry, everything was dry except for the tarp. But it worked perfectly. And there was also a small not storm, but it was pretty windy for a little while, like 10 minutes before it really started to pour, and it held up perfectly for that also. Nothing tear, nothing went wrong. It worked. The Bugnet worked super perfect. I'm not used to having this zipper on the side. My other one has this entry point in the bottom. You go in from the bottom and go around the hammock and sit in it, and then it just hangs open in the bottom. But I must say it's no biggie having this zipper. You can easily reach it, and you can easily open and close it, and it even makes getting in and out of the hammock a little bit easier sometimes. And it also had a convenient hook in the top where I could hang my light, and I also did that. I didn't film that, but I had a small light I could hang there, and that worked perfectly also. It didn't sag down or anything. And the pouch that I bought, that I actually didn't remember that I had bought before I saw it, also worked perfect. I had my phone there, I had my charger, I had my goodie bag to have there. It was easy to reach everything, so on. And I didn't have my headphones there, because my headphones I just hang over the ridge line, so they doesn't need any pouch, they just hang there. So everything worked perfect, and the underquilt performed just as expected, because it's the same make and brand and everything as my other one that I have. Yeah, with that said, I'm gonna round this movie up here and start moving homewards, because I have achieved what I was supposed to achieve here. I have tested what I was supposed to test here, and I have done a successful camp. So if you're still here watching, please consider subscribing and liking if you do like it. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you want to support what I do, you can always find my coffee link in this description down there somewhere. And if you want to support me but don't have the funds to do that, it's enough just to subscribe and like and comment, because that helps the channel out and the algorithm will help me out. So yeah, do that, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye.
I chased the sun till my shadow broke, lit every match and breathed the smoke. Told myself I had to win, never asked what it had cost to begin. Burned down every hand that fed, carved out gold where love once bled. Now I stand on this hollow